people, how are you doing? How is the new year so far? Mine just began, so yeah, so it's a whole, it's a whole year. We have a whole year to accomplish a lot of things, to learn a lot of lessons, to be the woman we actually want to be. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Muthoni Mukiri. I am a mindset coach. I work with women to help them in terms of healing trauma, self-awareness, better relationships, everything to do with emotional and mental wellness. So I'm really huge when it comes to taking accountability of your own life. And as someone, as a coach who deals with healing and who helps women heal their trauma, heal breakups, whatever it is they're healing from, I always talk to them about taking accountability of the role they have been playing in their suffering or in hurting themselves as well. Now, if your life is not the way you want it to be, but then you feel it's because of so and so, it's because of this and this person, we need to have a conversation, and that is why I am doing this video today. So I met another lady, it was I think last week, and she told me that, my boyfriend, the reason I'm broke is because this man doesn't take care of me. So I was like, so who, your husband? She's like, no, I have a very rich boyfriend. He doesn't even pay my rent. So I asked her, do you live together? No, he lives separately. But Muthoni, this guy has money. I don't know why. I don't need to be broke. Say he doesn't even give me much. So and then I looked at her and then I asked her, so the reason you're broke is because of someone you met how many months ago? 6 months ago. She's like, we met 6 months ago. So that's why you think you're broke. So I remember telling her the reason you're broke is because you are broke, regardless of whether there's a man in your life or not. I want us to take accountability of our own suffering. I want us to take accountability of our own misery, yeah? And look at what we can do within our power. As you continue thinking about another side hustle, as you continue looking for a job, as you continue doing whatever it is you're doing, or how can you take accountability of the way your life has turned out already? Most broke women don't believe they're broke. They think they're dating the wrong man. So what are we, children? So you are 25, 26, 28, but unless a man comes into your life and makes it better, you will be stuck in poverty. Is that what we're saying? Like, you become such a victim. You're already a victim, even hoping strangers will come and change your life. I hope someone is coughing so bad out there. I hope you get to find a man who is giving you the world, who is doing all those things. But I will repeat over and over again. The women who even find those men who are taking them on those crazy holidays, who are even giving them an allowance, who are, taking them on fine dinners and such things. The women who are given those things are the women who also give the same things to themselves. Are the women, if you want a guy who has very high standards, you also have to be one of those standards. You also have to be high there. So you want to date a man who will take you on holidays. When was the last time you even went anywhere? Yeah? Oh, Muthoni, all the men I've been dating, others are asking me for money. Now this other one is actually not even taking me on dinners. That person doesn't have to be in your life. That's not your twin. That's not someone you were born with. Can we take accountability of how our life has turned out? If you're broke, if you're not able to afford rent, please stop putting it on strangers, on men you just met. You're hoping to meet someone. Sasa that someone is the one who will come to change your life. Why? What have you been doing for the last, let me say, if you're 26, let me not say what you've been doing for the last 26 years. Let me say for the last 10 years, for the last 5 years. How have you been building your life? If he's going to come along and if he's going to be rich, that's a bonus, yeah? And if he's going to do those things, but you have to start taking accountability of the way you're, if it's ugly, if you're so broke, you can't afford even things that you really want in your life, even the necessary things. Yeah, you can't even afford maybe even to look good, you can't even afford to buy maybe a little bit of makeup or even skincare. you need to reevaluate your life. The reason you're broke is not because you're dating men who are not buying you those things. The reason you're broke is because you cannot afford to buy yourself those things. The reason you're broke is because you're not making enough money. The reason, sometimes people tell me, and I have been a victim of that, where I'm thinking, you know, I need to cut down on my expenses. Maybe I'm spending too much. But at some point I told myself, no, I don't think I'm spending too much. I think I need to make more money so I can afford my lifestyle. Yeah, because I want the nice things. I need to be able to afford them. So if you're broke, it's not because of the money in your life, especially if you're not married. If you are broke, it's you that is broke, it's not that person. And if you find yourself in situations where you date people who cannot give you what you want, the first question I'll ask you is, can you be able to afford what you want them to give you? And let me tell you, when you get someone who can give you something you think you cannot give yourself, you start idolizing those people. You start getting stuck in situations that are terrible, where you're miserable, thinking you cannot survive without that person, thinking they're giving you something you cannot give to yourself. You find yourself in relationships where you're miserable, where they're treating you however they want. I find women in relationships where they tell me that this guy is beating me, or, you know, I'm a side chick, or I'm this and that, just because he's paying 7,000 for rent, or because he's giving you money for salary, or because, oh, unajua aliniambia atanipea 30K. I'm thinking, what have we become? Like, are you a child? Do you have even dreams and aspirations and goals even for your children to come? What are they gonna find when they come? What are you gonna tell them? And even for your own pride as a woman, take care of yourself. Make sure you can afford your lifestyle. It's okay if you're jobless for now. It's okay if things are not the way you want them to be for now. It's okay, but have a plan. And the reason you're where you are, it's not because you're dating a broke man. It's because you're broke yourself. You're not tied to that person like this. You're not conjoined twins. It's because you are. And if you're dating someone who you think they're so broke, maybe you've been affording a good lifestyle and you've been taking yourself on dates and nice dinners, but this person is not doing what you're supposed to, what you want them to do, then you drop them like a hot potato. Actually, some of the things that happen in relationships are the things that progress in marriage. I also have some of my private clients who tell me, you know, my husband has never taken me on dates. My husband doesn't even buy me birthday presents. And then I ask, was he buying you before? When you were dating, how was your relationship? And then they tell me, you know, he still wasn't buying. I'm thinking, what are you hoping will change after marriage? You can get the relationship you want. You can give yourself that relationship. And I said, don't miss the whole point of dating. You date to know if this person is compatible for long term. So if there are things you feel you would want in your long-term commitments, but they're not there, what are you waiting for? I said the biggest mistake single ladies make is staying in the wrong relationship for too long. And I will do that video in details. So please, so if you're broke, if you cannot afford the necessaries, you can go to hookup sites, you can try to date enough married men, you can do whatever. But it still remains you are broke. It still remains your life is the one that's miserable. Yeah. Even, I said, even your pride as a person. You want to be with someone, you're seated across the table from them and they're looking at you like, you know, I've bought all that you're wearing. And the reason you showered today because I paid your rent. Like you don't want to pride yourself in your own earnings. You don't want to be able to buy whatever you want whenever you want. Do you know how much freedom that is? Financial freedom. Whereby by the day I feel like buying myself a perfume. I'll just look at my finances and decide when do I want to. Then on that day, I walk to a shop and buy myself what I want and feel so good because I'm not begging anybody to give me any money. So guys, let's start taking accountability. If you are a woman and you're broke or your life is miserable, please, it's not because you've not met a rich man. It's because you're broke. It's because that's your situation. If you find yourself in that situation today, think about how you can start to get out. Think about how you can get an extra job. Think about getting an extra skill. Think about starting an online business. Think about trying to get yourself out of that situation. A man coming with money and doing those things for you, it's a bonus. But don't let someone coming into your life be the primary provider, especially if you're not married. Yeah, have something. Let them, if they want to provide everything, okay, but don't relax there like a child. Have something also for yourself. Bye.